Do I have any whiskey? I don't need that up here. Now, can I see anybody? Can they see me? Hello? What's going on out here? Trying to... Now, can I see anybody? Can they see me? Uh-oh, gotta shut that off. Hello? See if anybody comes on here. We'll pour a whiskey. Jason Whiskey Wise. What's up, buddy? How can you hear me well, Jason? Did I get that plugged in right? Yeah. Microphone's working. Chris, how you doing? Thought I'd just do some talking and rocking. Should I pour a whiskey while I sit here? Don't have Julia here to keep me in line and focused. That'll have to be you guys. What should I pour? Loud and clear. Audio and picture are clear. You're awesome. A little bright on that one corner over there, but that's all right. This is not going to be my regular spot. Santa Cruz, how's it going? I'm not sure I figured this out the right way, but it's working. So, I'm going to pour some of that Port Charlotte, and then we'll talk about some bottles I bought. Anybody buying any new stuff lately? Did I hear you, Jason, on Aquavita's Live say that you had just got some Compass Box? You were talking to, oh, I forget who now. Sheldon, you want some? Huh?
Ice cream? Okay.
That's not ice cream. You can pour it on your ice cream.
I'll pass.
I got a buddy here watching, I don't know what he's watching, some podcast. Probably about how to hunt and fish and whatever. Is the top of my head cut off here, or is that just, oh, I got it scrolled up that way? Not a problem. So I can see the chat. Where is the chat button now? I can pop it up here. Jason, when are you going to give me a crash course? There we are. Pop up chat. Glen Scotia 25. I have a Glen Scotia 10 and a Glen Scotia 21. The only stuff you got is a new stuffy chatter. Yeah, that's right, Chris. You tried it and you liked it, didn't you, Jason? Thanks, Bourbon Shenanigans. Trying to. So, should I start with what's in the box down here on my right? I tell you, I open lots of, what do we call this? Peated stuff. But it sits a long time. I have lots of peated bottles that are almost empty, and then I kind of get tired of them. Don't drink them. Never finish them. End up opening another one. Both of those are discontinued. Which two are discontinued? Oh, the Compass boxes. Yeah. I think Scott was showing me a rare one that an older limited release. Oh, not a spice tree. What was it? You do need to be restrained sometimes. Just got back from a whiskey road trip hunting. Yeah. Both of my Glen Scotias are discontinued. Oh, wow. We'll start with one of the new ones I got here. It's blended. I don't hear a lot of people talking about blended, so we're going to be doing a little bit more talking about blended for myself. This is called Old Perth. It's a 21-year-old, and I had a sample of it, and it is nice stuff. So that'll be going in my little cabinet here. Everything that goes in the cabinet, I put into a log that I have, and I've fallen behind a little bit. Right? This is part of the Rare Drams. It's imported by Rare Drams. Bottled in Scotland by Morrison and Mackay. Whiskey Merchants. Arborgy, Perthshire. Probably not pronouncing that very well. Yep, you can get that around here, Chris, can't you? I got this at Chateau Louis. Recommended by their, not brand ambassador, but one of their whiskey guys that does their tastings, Travis. Travis is part of the YEG Whiskey Club, which is a private club. Ooh, like that sound. And can you tell what this is by the color? Because it was on somebody else's show. Some people, that bottle under the... Are you talking to me? I don't know. I tried it and it's great. Yes, it is great. Yes, you've got to visit Chateau Louis. This was on Whiskey in the Six just recently. That is a nice bottle that you bought. Glendalough. This year, from what Rob from Whiskey in the Six is saying, is as good, if not better, than the actual Balblair bottlings. Now, did they do anything to this? Their expression in cask strength range is unique. Small selections of casks is carefully chosen and the contents bottled. Always at natural strength and color with no chill filtering. Sherry aromas mingle with sugar and citrus edge. The palate is sweet with raspberry, chocolate, and hazelnut flavors, leading to charred oak. Well, it's pretty good stuff. It's still there. It is carried. Yeah, they don't say that they did anything different with it. So these old man glasses, and I'm sitting out here without my big screen, can't see what's going on. So that's in my collection now. Right? Yeah, I tried that, and it, yes, it is. It's great. I may end up buying another bottle. What else did I get over here? I got some, just to keep some, because I think you won't be able to find this, so nothing real super special, but the 18-year-old is one I like. Yes, Rob said it was as good as the 1990. Yeah. Yeah, on par is a good comment. Right. These have not dropped in price greatly, but a little bit. I think that they may drop in price more. Do you know what they say about prices where I'm from? Cheaper. What else was that? Oh, I bought this. It's from 2016 release. There's a store out here that kind of just pops up things that we don't think we'll see anymore. Yeah, you haven't seen his review. Yeah, he did it. I think actually it was when I was there. He had his friend Jeremy, who writes for the Toronto Whiskey Club or Association, and they opened up some nice stuff that they had, as well as a bottle that he is sharing with. Oh, I'm forgetting everybody's name now. Probably because I know you guys are watching me, or I haven't had enough whiskey yet. The Springbank as 16 were really good batches. This is 2016. You're right. You know your stuff. Yeah, I couldn't find any Springbank. So I just got a notice here that Eric is live and then Aquavita is live. I know they're not live because we did all their. I watched all their shows. So why is YouTube so delayed in telling us? So that's got to go into the whiskey log. I'll put it back here. And then I bought some of these because I have a funny feeling that we might not get that 10-year-old age statement. You do drink too much. You just send everything you've got to me, Jason, and I'll take care of it for you. What's unique about this is that in the older releases, the 10-year-old was right here in this band. Now they've taken that away on the front, and they have it in the back, way at the bottom. So that means possibly they're going to get rid of the age statement, or they're running out of it, I think. Not read that anywhere. It's just something I think. So these were less than $50 Canadian, which is phenomenal for Canada. Yeah, I wonder what happens here. So I don't have to reach so far. Can I bring you guys closer, or will I be too scary this close? There we are. To reach so much. What do you guys do besides drink it when you first get a bottle of whiskey? Especially for the ones of us that collect and hold on to stuff, which I have been for the last 5 years. Any answers? No answers yet? Okay. Sorry, Santa, that Julie is not here. Well, yes, under $50. I'm not lying. It was $47 plus tax. Instagram it. What do you mean Instagram it? Oh, you take a picture and Instagram it. Yes, you do. I do that sometimes, but not all the time. Oh, this is not a new bottle. This is a bottle that I put there because I sent a sample to Swami, as most of you guys know now. These are my new SMWS. Yes, well, I'll tell you where I got it, Chris. I got it at Solo. No matter where you live here, there's one at Solo. Solo Liquor Store. Hey, buddy. Anyway, this is a nice 10-year-old, 62.18%. Romantic Moments. And a 10. That means it's a Bunnahabhain. This is a Bunnahabhain. They had 2 Bunnahabhains at this SMWS outrun. One peated and one non-peated. Very nice stuff. I couldn't get the peated one. They sold out. All the people ahead of me bought it before because we don't get a lot. You don't get much choices. If you want something, you got to grab it. This, I forget what the colors mean. That's something new they put on here. It's refill barrel, ex-bourbon. It's an Islay, obviously. Non-peated, though. The nose takes you to a romantic rose garden. I don't know who writes this stuff. Honestly, I don't. But I've never been to a rose garden while I'm drinking whiskey. And 28. I can't remember what 28 is. 8-year-old. Oh, it's good stuff. Do I have another? Hold on a second. I have another glass here. I gotta try this stuff for you guys. I couldn't get this bottle either. They sold out, but the local guy felt bad, so he gave me the heel of it. It is not peated. Does anybody out there know what that is? Hey, Peter White, how you doing? I was just showing, because I saw Rob Whiskey in the Six drinking out of your bottle of Belle Blair, that I had to buy my own Belle Blair. Right? And it's good stuff. I haven't opened a bottle yet, but it looks like your bottle's getting a little low. I've seen Rob getting pretty handsome with it. Hey, good call. I might see if there's another bottle left at the store. Of course, these do not exist in Ontario. What do you mean? The SMWS does not exist in Ontario? You can get it, though. Whoa. So it's one of those whiskeys that just feels like it's drying up your tongue, eh? It's very dry. It's pretty oily. It's very oily. It's 16.4%. Only 8 years old, though. I swear I would have told you it was a 20-year-old when we're asked. Balbuleur was your first Scotch, Santa Cruz. My first Scotch, well, it's probably some crap. My father was in the Navy in World War II, so he was more of a rum guy. And then for some unknown reason now, my dad's 90 years old, but they have, him and my brother are all into sweet liqueurs, although Dad can't really drink too much of it. Anyway, 18-year-old. I'm going to find out what this is. It's terrible that I can't remember. SMWS, MWS. Codes. By the way, you can all find the codes. It's only a little secret. It'll be, yeah, but you might have less than half a bottle. Is all I'm saying, buddy. I'm just saying it. It looks like he was drinking it up some. Are there any of you guys that are SMWS? If you can, grab the Buna 09 Chino cask. Got it, like Buna 09. Yeah. You know what I have that's Buna Haven, but it's not from G&M. I was going to show this anyway. I'll show it to you in a second here. 28 is Tullibardine. So this here is a Tullibardine. I only got the heel for it because it was sold out. I'm sorry to hear that, Peter. My father's still hanging in there. This is it's a refill butt X sherry. It was distilled in 2008. So I'm going to try and make that one linger. There's that much left in the bottle. Probably can't see it, but it's there. And this one here had mixed controversy. I think they have a second one out from the same batch. It is 10-year-old, blended malt, all malts. This one's 50%, and it's only from 4 barrels. They didn't tell us what barrels they were from, though. But matured exclusively in first fill Spanish oak sherry hogsheads. See that? Let's see if I get the thing centered. Peter, was your dad in the Canadian Navy? Okay. That's good stuff. My first whiskey that got me into this was a 30-year-old, and it was at a whiskey tasting called Hopscotch for the Winspear here in Alberta. It's a big fancy music theater. Right up there, they say sound-wise and quality to the one in Australia. But this girl I knew had no, it's not Jason. She had something under the counter, as they all do at tastings, and it was a 30-year-old. And my best guess is that it was a Glenrothes. I liked it. It didn't burn one bit when I drank it. And that's what got me started looking in that. Plus, some friends that collect or like whiskey, I'm the one that became it. They don't even know what they turned me into. But I used to start buying stuff, and I started with Glenrothes, Auchentoshan, and lots of Bruichladdich. Right? Convoy Duty North Atlantic. Is that the gavel? Do I have a Gavilan behind me? Where are you looking at, my friend? Where are you looking at? I'm going to show you all these things in the back. They're all part of it. This is the next one. Peter, was it Peter that you mentioned that? Get the Bunnahabhain? This is a Bunnahabhain distilled in 2008, and it is 9 years old, but it's a Duncan Taylor octave, right? meaning that they put it into an octave, right? How does it say? Green, single malt and single grains. The research stemmed from the simple premise that there is more interaction between the wooden spirit over a shorter period of time in a small cask than in a large cask, allowing a faster meld of wood, air, and alcohol. Right? No, that is not. But it is something very nice. But it is not from there. So this is 9 years old. It's bottled at 52.1. And it is a Bunnahabhain. And it is great stuff. I know the rep for the company that brings this in. It is one of 76 bottles. Can you see that? That's not a rookie question, but yes, it is a good. I like the oak, but I also like mini oaks. Yeah, you know what? I just started looking up Surge's stuff. I used to see him all the time on Malt Maniac, not Malt Maniacs, so maybe it is Malt Maniacs on Facebook. I never really knew anything about him. I just thought he was some guy that made comments. And I remember making some comment, and it was a rookie comment. 90 out of 100. So, well, this stuff probably is pretty good. This is. I wish I got a whole bottle of this. That makes me sad. They tell you on the SMWSs how many bottles there were. Oh, there's only 250 of these, and I got a heel. Oh no, that's the wrong one. I put the heel down here. Bad thing with those bottles. This has. They're not putting that on anymore. Oh, no, there's lots more of these. 637. So maybe I can find another one, probably at a secondary price. New place here in Camrose has it for $32. Has what for $32? The Bunnahabhain? Chris? You, Jason, you want me to pull that one you think is a Gavilan out of the back there? Are you talking about that blue one? Or that blue one? Or do you want me to just keep you in suspense, Jason? Maybe a little suspense. Well, maybe that'll clear it up some. Osh and oh, I don't know. Back to your question about oak. I thought you said Auchentoshan. I'm pretty fond of virgin oak on almost any of them. Beanston, virgin oak, I haven't found, but if I can, I'm going to grab it. I might have somebody in Ontario that said they could get me a bottle. I haven't tried this yet. Glendronach, the Helion or Helion, aged 8 years, peated. Another one that has to be checked into the logbook. Do you want me to keep you waiting? I don't need to spend a lot of time on that one because we all know about it. But I needed to get another bottle because everyone likes it so much. So that's got to go into the logbook. And since we're on Glendronach and we're talking about virgin oak finishes, there you go, Chris. Is that focused enough on that? I need to come back more. I have a beautiful table being made as a media table. I had some pictures I could show you. I know this guy, he's pretty good with woodwork. Where's the camera on this thing? Here. Virgin oak. Beautiful stuff. Does it say what year this was? This is 2016 too. I guess I won't be able to get any more. No, I'm going to sleep in a bit for a bit long. Yeah, you've got the you got it already. Is the Glendronach 8 colored? Let me look. I don't think any of them are colored, are they? Non-chill filtered, natural color. Answer your question, Chris. All right, I won't keep you waiting. You want to think this is a Gavilan? God, what do you think? None of them. Oh yeah, there's some Blanton's Gold back there, which is hard to get here. Every once in a while when it comes, you got to get it. Can't read that? Mark Sneerson. Where's the regular Sneerson? I don't trust this Mark Sneerson. But welcome to the show. Oh, yes, Jason. It is an OMG, the Ben Riach. There is only 670 of these bottles. It's 18 years old. It was distilled in 98 and bottled in June 16th. Pedro Examas Sherry Puncheon. Anything else you want to see? Like some of it pour into a glass? Chug, 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 chug. No. These aren't getting opened yet. They're going into a log. When you say which vintage, are you referring to when it was made? Or what? Triple distilled, Pedro, X minute. I don't know. What does that mean? You've got a dram of that. You got a dram or a bottle. It's very dark. Very nice. Yep. I think I need to get somebody to make me some wooden blocks of varying height so I can just put this right here and have people look at it while I open up the next box. And did you like it, Jason? Sneerson's back. I don't know what did you do with Mark Sneerson? And why are there two of you? We have people investigating this. Okay, what do I need? I need to have a drink. Temptation to the Dark Side. Hula Barden. Nice wine finish. Which on the Ben Riach, Peter? Do they do that often? Bring stuff in and it's not selling and then they drop the price? You haven't tried it yet, so will you do a review on it? Or are you one of those guys that I don't review whiskey if I don't have a full bottle? Okay. What do we got back here that I need to put in the thing? Somebody mentioned these. And you might wonder why I have two. I have a 2013, which is not what these are. These are both 2017s. But if we're talking to bourbon lovers, hey, Bourbon Shenanigans, this is for you. You must have it now, but the reason that I have two bottles is I thought I'd try and get the whole Blanton series with the horses in the different gait and the different letters. Not that easy when they don't send you large quantities up here. I have an A and an N, and the horses in a different gait on each one of them. Doo-doo-doo. I don't know if many people know that, right? At some point, I'll get to it as I'm working on Talisker this coming week with some Glen Scotia and might put some Glenmorangie and Glendronach all along the way. You are one busy man and you do drink all the time. You have a few of those as well? The Blanton's Horse Collection, yeah. I have some. I save all my corks and those, but these ones are gold. And the horse's polished gold, not real gold. Maybe it is. That's why it's so expensive for bourbon. So what's the ABV on the Blantons? So the ABV on this Blantons is 51.5. Kentucky. That is good stuff. This is the only Blantons I have right now. I had some of the regular stuff, but this is the gold. Now, we'll go here. What do we got here? What's the ABV? Yeah, I have to get yet to find the gold. Why? Bourbon Shenanigans? Are you Not around anywhere that has that stuff? That would be great. The more I know ahead of time, the more I can be prepared. You are at an event right now? I really want to pour more of that stuff, but there's so little left. Tullabarden, SMWS, Sherry. I have several other wine finishes. You haven't seen them in the States. What haven't you seen in the States? The gold? Maybe they send them all to us. Maybe they're Trump hasn't ended that free trade part yet. Bourbon free trade. He'll just send it all to his golf course in Scotland. This here is a Canadian one from Whitehorse, Yukon. So you probably haven't tried this. It is a single malt. This is, I'll see if I can hold this steady enough. What they have is 4 different expressions. Hey, Scott, I thought I'd throw something live on here before you guys got started. Plus, I'm trying to learn this silly little thing, talking about a bottle that you might like. So this is the 4 expressions that Two Brewers puts out. They do not try to duplicate an individual bottling. KU Duke going into overtime. Oh, are we talking about football or what's KU Duke, Shellen? Is that basketball?
Maybe it's
March Madness. Anyway, Two Brewers. This is their 8th expression. Innovative. Innovative is unique in a malt whiskey, hop additions, including the mash, bringing a delicate citrus note to a bright, fresh final spirit. Truly a brewer's touch. Now, what I like about Two Brewers from Whitehorse, Yukon, is they started making beer first. And hey, Scott, just so you know, basketball was invented by a Canadian. No smart-ass comments. Two Brewers. That Two Brewers taste phenomenal. And even though you're one province over, Sneerson, the Lucky Bastard Distillery doesn't have anything on these guys yet. These guys started making beer first, and I think it really helped them master the malting process when they were going to start making whiskeys. And this is their 8th edition, and this one is an innovative, they call it. Their 9th edition is coming out soon. I had a piece of paperwork, but I think I sent that to somebody down in the United States of Americas. Anyway, this is going into my log. What else have I got here? Here's another one, but not from Canada. This is Wyoming whiskey. Private stock bourbon whiskey. It is 54.97% alcohol and a 109 proof, right? Lucky Bastard not having any whiskey out. Just, oh no, Sneerson, I have some of their whiskey. And you can ask Scott from the STDs here because I sent them a sample. They've had it out for a few years. I've got 2 different ones they have now in my throttle cave, we'll call it. This is Wyoming whiskey. And this is an exclusive from the liquor store in my neighborhood. And it is Keg and Cork single cask. I bought 2 of these. I couldn't believe it. They actually have 2 that are Alberta only. One is called the Alberta Rose. And this one is called just Keg and Cork single cask. Barrel number 1086. And I had notes on this. It'll take me too long to pull it up, guys. But I did have the notes from Wyoming is making good stuff, buddy. This one here blew me away at the Keg and Cork in Edmonton here. I can't remember all the details on it. It's charred in white oak barrels, obviously being bourbon, but they pick their own barrel. And I don't know, for a small craft distillery, I think is still under $80. I think maybe $100. Kind of don't think when I'm buying this stuff. All of my credit card things. Good stuff. We'll follow along here with another American whiskey called Bull Run, aged 10 years, finished in Oregon, Pinot Noir. Can't say words right, eh? How do you say that? Pinot Noir. And it is batch 1. Why I bought it. It is single malt. Its finishing time was 15 months. And this is made in Portland, Oregon. So that goes out to Charles from The Drinking Caveman or Whiskey Untitled. Yeah, it's okay. I mean, I tried it and I liked it. So I bought a bottle. Did you do a review on it already, Scott? Because I can't remember. Hard time trying to keep up with your old ones. Yep. Anyway, that's a nice short little collection video here. Okay, so here are two. One I've had for a while. One I just got. So everybody knows about Adelphi, independent bottler. But they have their own still now. Ard Nam Urshan Spirit. It is not a Scotch, but it is phenomenal. This is release number 1. See you later, Jason. Go straight to bed, eh? You got lots of work to do tomorrow. Of course, yeah. This is beautiful stuff. It is 53% alcohol. It's a spirit, not a whiskey, but if you can see through that light, do I have a flashlight over here? Their little thief that they actually have an opening in this so you can see the color. I'll try not to blind you with it. But it's got a nice color to it for not being 3 years old. This is release 1. And on here is release 2. Can't tell much different with it. It is also, this one's at 53.6. I don't want to do the wrapper. They have a neat little thing on here. Malt does more than Milton can to justify God's way to a man. It is young stuff. Yep, less than 3 years old. And it's good. So, I got to record that. This one's already been recorded, although I did have a little problem. I use an app called Whiskey Log, made by a guy named Daniel Nelson or Nielsen in Norway, in the Netherlands. It's a pretty good app, and it shares it or stores it in a cloud. Works pretty good. Although when Apple does updates, sometimes it doesn't want to cooperate. So that won't go in the log because it's already in the log. Bourbon shenanigans. What? I bought this, although I think Scott has heard me say this about Macallan's and about Balvenie, that I've boycotted them. Not this stuff because it's not diluted for Canada, because Macallan's has a couple of diluted. The interesting thing is it has no label on it. I think that happened to all of them. The labels were right here. Both labels, front and back. Oh, you didn't do a review of it. Oh, okay, Scott. Well, you can do a review of it. In other words, you didn't do a review because you didn't think it was worth the review. It wasn't that good. Well, I'm going to drink mine. This is a 12 single barrel. And I have some of the old triple barrels. Bottle number 5. That's good. I didn't know I was getting a low bottle like that. Cask number 6,537. And it is 47.8% alcohol. What should I do with the label? Should I glue them back on? Pretty light in color. That color doesn't bother me any. You guys are busy. Yes, I can understand why you wouldn't be able to do every single bottle you see. So that's got to be recorded. And this is Somebody was sleeping. Yeah, the glue did not stick up well there, Chris. Balvenie. I have a Balvenie single barrel. I have not done yet. I have not made. I made the leap and opened it, but it looks like a good one. This I found very dusty in the back of a liquor store. That's kind of in a kitty corner of a little strip mall, a very busy street. A Glengoyne 17-year-old. Told that it's very good stuff, and obviously we cannot get it anymore. Pour it upside down here, get the air out of my cork, so to speak. Good thing Julie is not here to hear me say that. Nice. Yes, it is nice. What did Peter? Oh yeah, you know what? Balvenie is expensive. I don't care where you're getting it. I think their prices are a little too high for. They consider themselves a boutique liquor store. And since my wild collection days, started with Glenrothes. This is a Cooper's Choice, and the old Cooper Choice bottles, like the tubes that came in, they were, I don't know how they sold any because they kind of look very cheap. But this is a Glenrothes. And it is a port cast finish, 54.5% alcohol. I like what some of these guys do with the barrels they buy from other places. $281 for the 15-year-old? Wow. Oh, you did? So when I tell Julia you just realized she isn't there, it might hurt her feelings that you didn't miss her, Scott. Anyway, I like independent bottlers. One of my first, actually my very first master class at a whiskey festival was with Peter Curry of Duncan Taylor, and I still have that bottle. I should open it up and do a review. What's a ripoff? Oh, private conversation inside the chat here. I don't know how you guys keep up with this, Scott. Ignore half of it, I guess. See. Yes, I think it's a little overpriced, but you know what? That might not be them that's doing it, right? I just got a text from Julia. I want to tell on you, Scott. She asked me if I found something. Hold on a second, guys, if you don't mind. I'm going to tell her I'm live on YouTube. She's going to read the comments now. Make sure there's no girls chatting with me. You know what girls are like. 130 or so here for the 15. Yeah, but what about the single barrel 15-year-old? Is that what you're talking about, Peter? A 15, like a single barrel one, not their double wood? And this here in this glass, if anybody didn't see, is a Port Charlotte 10. A peaty meaty, little peat, 50% ABV. Yeah, I believe it is. What do I have behind me here, guys? I got very fortunate with this, and one of the other guys here, kind of like your whiskey hunter. This guy calls himself the Scotch hunter. A Lafroig 18-year-old, but in the old bottles. Yeah, I know. What do you mean she's not? Yeah, well, she might check it out here, and you can give her crap. Santa Cruising. The 15s are all single barrel. I did not know that. So this is from L126. Yeah, I can't tell. It doesn't. It's just a number here, but they're a few years old. 40% ABV. The old label, the old bottlings. I think this is at least a couple years old. I don't know, Scott. I'm trying to see how old this bottling is. It's older though. It's not going to say on that. The code, if I get the right angle of the light, is L126557C. Is that? Do you have a code breaker you can put that in there, Scott? Is it a 12? Is it from 2012? Is that what the first number means? But there's no other code on it. I'll repeat that just in case you're writing it down. L126557C. and then a timestamp on it. So it's an older bottling. I know that from a few years back. What happens here, I think I mentioned to you. I don't know if all the 18 is discontinued, Peter, but this is an older bottling. The new bottles, I think, or tubes come in white and the different label of it. Yeah, I don't know. Bourbon Cask Balvenie for a bargain. I bought $60 a piece. Whoa, that is a good bargain. I think you could probably double that and sell it to Peter White. This is a second bottle of the Glengoyne 17, which I probably didn't need to let you see. I need to get this office area changed. I want to move these around so I don't turn my butt to you guys. Bunch of butt lookers. Save myself a little time. Some of these you can probably already see. There, and that one I already did. Whoops. There you go. Sneerson. Yes, that's a good idea, Sneerson. Signed up for Lucky Bastard site for whiskey release. Super limited, I guess. I only have been... Yeah, I've done that 2 or 3 times. I'm on there when they send things in. They send it in and I'll send you an email that it's out here. And they mail it to you. And I think their average price is about $75 for their releases, and they are very limited. I bought 3 of their last bottles. One I shipped to Whiskey Lassie and samples down to the STDs. I still have 1 bottle of that, and it was pretty good stuff. I don't know if I'd go out of my way for it per se, but I think they're only going to improve. The new one, I only bought 1 bottle of it, and they've done something to it. They're calling it chocolate something or other. I don't think it's infused with chocolate. It's not like a honey whiskey liqueur-ish thing. We'll open it up and talk about it with you guys, maybe. That's excellent. Just a few bottles around anywhere. Yeah, you guys get some stuff down in the States. I bought a little bottle here, 50 cc's, because there were no big bottles left, and I heard that it was pretty good stuff, as we were talking about earlier, for the little Balblair. So I wanted to try it. I may be able to find a bottle. There's one guy I know, but he likes to sell everything at secondary pricing, even though he's a liquor store. They were bottled in 06. Are you guys still talking about the Balvenie? Santa Cruz? Is that what you guys are talking about? You're not talking about the 18-year-old Lafroig, are you? I've got to get into my other room and do this stuff, because I have a big screen and I can see the comments better. Here I'm like Bart. I got to lean in on the mic. Hey, what's everyone doing? I forgot to wear a hat today, and my Monja shirt's in the dry cleaners. Do you let him tell him all the silly stuff we say about him, Scott? He can get us beat up and in trouble wherever in Wichita. You should see some of the comments that people are saying about Julia. Okay, so there. This is only a small amount of the new additions. Now, I talked about how much I like blends, and that my first master class was with Peter Curry of Duncan Taylor. He lives in California, but he's from Scotland. Anyway, the thing I like about going to a independent bottler, ambassador, or rep is they're not always a walking billboard. You know, some of them just telling you what they've been told to say. And that's one of the things I liked about Peter Curry. He kind of, it's not that he's being negative against other distilleries. It's more the marketing companies and so forth, right? Anyway, my favorite blend is from Duncan Taylor, and it's called Black Bull. And the first one I started with is a Black Bull 12. Right. This is an older edition of Black Bull 12. It's 50% ABV. And is a marriage of the finest 12-year-old single malt and single grain whiskeys distilled in Scotland. I had more details on it, but as I'm learning all this stuff, I haven't got quite to the Scott and Bart level of actually having everything written or recorded or put onto my screen so I can read it to you guys properly. But you guys are all able to do your own research, right? This one here I've had for a while. And I just fortunately found this set of under $300, a 40-year-old blend. It is batch 3, and I believe they're up to batch 6. This is a single malt. It's 85.6% single malt and 14.4% single grain. If you haven't tried a Black Bull, try it. Anybody, any comments out there? Or should I just sit here and drink my peat? I'm going to drink it now and I'll just smell it. Anybody ever get in that habit where they can just sit around and enjoy the aroma of their whiskey? Okay. Save that one for last. Almost last anyway. Well, I grabbed one of these again. This is, what did you, Scott? I think you are the one that educated me on this, that this is actually probably a 19-year-old juice. That Black Bull here, I got it for just under $300. Like just $300. Is that good? I don't know what it's like in California. That is batch 3. They're up to 6 other batches. I don't know how frequently they put them out. They have a couple limited releases. They have one they call, it's named after the actual bull. Kylo, I think. And that one's an 8-year-old blend. So here, another Glenmorangie, or a Glenmorangie, another new release of Glenmorangie. I always like the Glenmorangies. And I think I'm going to like this one because back to what I was asked earlier by one of the guys in the chat, it's virgin oak and ex-bourbon casks. So I don't know if they say what. Sorry, I'm moving that too fast. Tarlogan. I don't know. Scott may have done a review of this already. So I buy these, almost one of every one of these releases. Celebration of our forefathers, this limited release expression honors the ancient Pictish king, said to be the namesake of the woodland safeguarding our precious water source, the Tarlogie. Tarlogie Spring, used by the Glenmorangie Distillery. Doesn't say anything about how many bottles or anything. There. Right. Julie, I can't believe he did that. What are you saying? You're on live. Yeah, I know, but you were working today. I'm sorry. It wasn't my fault. You haven't seen that one yet, Scott? Well, now you have. But you can't say that anymore. You've seen it. I don't know how long ago it came out. Scott said he didn't even realize you weren't on the show, Julia. I am struggling without her. Now I know how Bart feels. Okay, this is another Adelphi. It is a fusion they do. It is called the Kincardine. It is not a very old one, but it's not cheap either. I think I got it on sale at $175. Which scotch are you drinking, Julia? They have a couple things that are done like this. Victor Alexander Bruce. I'll read this to you guys. I'm getting old. My glasses are going to come off. This is a celebration of Scotch and Indian single malt whiskey inspired by a Scot who helped shape modern India. Victor Alexander Bruce, 9th Earl of Elgin and 13th Earl of Kincardine. I'm not going to read all that history to you, but that's what this is. It is a blend of two different malts, Scotch and Indian malt. I've had their other one, and I did try this at the Keg and Cork in Edmonton. Has a great sampling bar. I've got to work on getting some better lightings. See you, Chris. Are you leaving? Thanks for joining, man. Anyway, these are all my new bottlings. And this is actually surprisingly good. And I don't think it has an age limit. I think it's at the most 8 years old. 52.9%, and it's one of 820 bottles. So now we know how the Indians started making whiskey. Probably not a period of history they always think this was great. Too bad I didn't show that when Jason Whiskey Wise was still awake. So, thanks for joining me. I'm going to have another whiskey. How long before you're on STDs? Kim Kardashian. Who's that? I'm crying in my scotch. No, not Kim Kardashian. I'm getting it now. Kim Card. Listen. I get all nervous when I know you're watching and I got to pronounce things better than Bart. Silly. Anyway, this is my second live video, 9 p.m. Central, right on. One of the other things, guys, that I'll mention is Lloyd getting weird with the beard. Eric Waite did a great job as a fundraiser today, and I believe sent him a nice donation. Plus, anybody else that wants to go through PayPal at lfink27@gmail can send him something to help him get back on his feet, right? Yes, so keep that in mind. Sorry, I'm reading Bart's comment. Yes, Winter Harvest Rye. Is there such a thing as a Winter Harvest Rye? I do have, I moved it. It's not behind me anymore. I have a flask with one of the original bottlings of it. Yes, that is the link, Santa Cruz. I don't have many people on here, but I thought they didn't want to post too much of it because it's a live video. So we don't want every Tom, Dick, and Harry sending Lloyd emails. Thanks. I don't have Julia here. She's my version of Scott, although prettier than Scott, and keeps me in focus, which I hope this camera has been focused the whole time. That's awesome, Peter. Every little bit counts, right? That's a pretty handsome donation. There has to be a WHR. He keeps talking about it. What's oh yes, there's Winter's Harvest Rye. How do you remember the last comment so you don't look like a fool? All right, those I will share some more of my whiskey collection sometime too. These are not in the collection yet, but they're gonna be there, and we'll be opening up more than I used to and sharing more than I used to. And I think this is a great little whiskey if you get a chance to find it. Thanks, guys. Thanks, Julia, for joining. Hey, Blind Whiskey Reviews. I figured out how to get on here and go live. Anybody get a chance, check out Blind Whiskey Reviews. Sorry that I'm at the end of the show, John. But we'll send you maybe a hangout and we'll chat for a bit. And I hope my mic was good. I hope the sound was good. I'm learning all about this stuff. I need to get the learning curve over with so that you guys can have more enjoyment. Okay. Thanks, everyone. Cheers.